create a LinkedIn profile. And whether or not you've done that, she will give you some tips and techniques on how to complete your profile. And she will also help you learn how to use LinkedIn effectively. And she's got some great hints and great tips to help you maximize LinkedIn, not only for the BizTech Challenge, but for after you graduate or for getting internships. There's lots of ways that college students can use those.
So a little bit about me is I'm president and CEO of Building Toward the Future Student Program. I actually have 26 years of human resources experience in various industries. So a little bit of everything, and then including higher education experience. So Bryan and Stratton College, I worked there and I taught there as an adjunct instructor for a couple of years in Ohio. I also taught and was a career advisor at Kent State University in Ohio. And then most recently in Baton Rouge Community College. So I enjoyed myself as I was teaching in those capacities. So what is LinkedIn? So the one thing that you'll hear from me a lot tonight is I'll say the word professional a lot, because I want you to understand just how professional this platform is. And I'll get into a little bit more about that a little bit later on. But this platform is going to assist you in your career. It's going to help you network with people. It's going to help you link. It's going to help you as far as finding a job, all those aspects. And keep in mind that many recruiters use this in the hiring process. So when you're getting ready to have an interview, for example, somebody could go out on LinkedIn and they could see your profile. So your profile needs to stay professional in all realms. And you just want to make sure that it's very, very close and exactly actually like your resume. So this is your resume that never stops working for you. It's a great tool, like I said, for networking. So your coworkers, your faculty, staff, your classmates, and then alum. And the reason why I have alum starred is because I'm going to actually go out and share with you how to find alum from your school. So at this point, we're going to watch a short video.
If you're watching this, chances are good you want to get a job. You want to go from student to rising star, and you want to avoid eating the same meal over and over and over again. Good news, you're in the right place. That's right, LinkedIn. It's not just for top executives. It's not just for old people with heavy briefcases. It's for you, and it's the perfect place for you to start your professional story. Say you want to get a job in New York City. You've never been there before, but that's okay because you have LinkedIn on your side. You start by creating your profile. You give it love because you know it's what recruiters are looking for day and night. It's your resume that never sleeps. It's your flashing neon sign that says, hire me, for the love of all that is good in this world, hire me. Then you start making connections. Alumni working in New York? Yes. Recruiters at top companies in New York? Yes. Your mom's best friend? Yes. You start imagining whose shoes you want to walk in. You think, wow, this is a lot of deep stuff to consider. You shake yourself out of it and start searching for jobs. Whoa, that's a lot of jobs for students. Time to get down to business. You start to tailor your profile. You start applying. You feel empowered, in control, like you should be CEO. That gives you an idea. You look up all the CEOs of all the companies you want to work at. You see one of them went to your university. Then it hits you. You see a clear path from campus to career. You feel like you can see the future. You wonder if you're psychic. Should you start a hotline? No, back to plan A. You keep tailoring and connecting and applying, and before you know it, you start getting responses. First a few, then more, then an interview, and then you're hired. And that's when the real learning begins.
Okay, so after that video, I just want to go through a little bit about creating your LinkedIn account. And we're going to be going through this in steps. So you would go to www.linkedin.com. You go through an account setup, and there's steps for that. I'll go through those in a moment. You create your profile. There was a review profile sheet you may have seen by now. If not, then talk to Miss Wendy about that. And then starting with a complete electronic resume to cut and paste from will make this task easier if you already have it. If you don't, then, you know, going in and creating this, typing this in is just fine. And then after that, you'll be able to link with connections. So let's go through this a little bit. Some of you may already have your account set up. This might seem a little elementary to you, but that's okay. I just still want to go through it for those of you that don't have it yet. Maybe it's just an overview of what you'll expect when you go in there to set it up. So obviously, they're going to want you to put your name in, your email, and then you'll have to come up with a password. And then it will tell you 6 or more characters, so whatever your password will be at that point. And then you'll hit join now. And then once you hit join now, it's going to tell you step by step. First, they want to make sure you are who you say you are. So there's certain things they're going to ask about you. So just go through each step. So first it'll be your zip code. They'll ask you if you're a student. So, you know, you say yes or no, depending on what your situation is. If you have a job, they're going to ask you your job title and your company. And that's required information. And what that does is, as soon as you hit your LinkedIn to get everything set up, all these people will start to pop in. And I used to have students ask me, how do I have all these people popping in on my LinkedIn? I just set it up. Well, it's actually connecting you with other people like within your organization, you know, those types of things. So that's why it's asking you that information. Then it asks you your industry, because there's industry leaders that may be writing things that will pop up on your profile, you know, those types of things. So just go through that and then hit next. And then it'll ask you, what are you most interested in? So are you interested in staying up to date with your industry, building your professional network, keeping in touch with your contacts, finding a job, or you're just not sure yet, you're open? So hopefully you all are building your professional network and finding a job. Then after that, it will say, okay, so now let's confirm your email, because once I said they want to make sure that you are who you say you are. So you'll put your email in, and then what will happen is they will send you a code to your email. You put that code in and you verify it. And if something happens and you don't receive that code, then obviously you have an opportunity there to have send again, but you have to put that code in because they want to make sure that you have that email set up. Okay, and then if you want to, you are allowed to go ahead and put your contacts in through your email address. I don't necessarily do this. That's just a choice that I made. It's totally up to you if you decide to do that. If you want to do that, then you can do that and hit continue, or you can skip. So it just depends on what you want to do. So this is the opportunity for you to add your profile picture. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to go over this again a little bit later on, but you're going to want to have a professional picture, please. It really helps you to be a professional LinkedIn profile, and that's what employers are looking for. So when I say professional, no, I don't mean you have to spend thousands of dollars going to a professional photographer. It can be a selfie. I just want to make sure that you understand, if it is a selfie, there's certain things and rules that you should abide by. For example, you want to have a plain background, something that's not going to draw somebody's attention, or something that's not going to make someone feel uncomfortable. You don't want to have a bunch of pictures behind you, or calendars or posters, anything inappropriate, that type of thing. So if it's something that you can have where it is a plain background, that would be the absolute best. The other thing is you want to have it nice and clear of your face. Another aspect is, this is about you. This is your profile. So don't have it with a bunch of your friends, family, because that's not going to give the employer the picture of who you are. If you have a bunch of people in your picture, they're not going to know who you are. You know, your cute little kitty cat your, Snuffy the dog, whatever. So you want to keep all of that out. You want to make sure that you upload a photo that's strictly of you and strictly professional. So once you have that done, you can pick some things that are related to your industry. In this situation, I had leadership and management, professional women, that type of thing, because those are the stories that kind of pop up on my profile, because those are the things that I'm interested in. So you can have an opportunity to have those interesting things pop up on yours as well. And once again, I mentioned a little bit earlier about thought leaders. So if you want to have someone, their writings or something like that pop up on your profile, you have an opportunity to say, who you want to have as their latest posts and everything pop up. The one thing that I really like about LinkedIn is that it has an opportunity for you to add an app to your phone. So you can go to your App Store, your Google Play, and there's actually two different kind of LinkedIn. So there on the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see LinkedIn, and that's just like your regular profile and everything that I'm going to show you today. On the right side, it says a LinkedIn job search. That's strictly for jobs. If you're looking for a job, that's the app that you want to use strictly to look for certain jobs. You can, type in what you're interested in, things will pop up and those types of things. So I actually have both of those on my phone right now, and they work very well together. So let's talk about creating your profile. This is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. You may have seen this. So this is like a basic overall profile, which you would put in for LinkedIn. So when you talk about your headline, when you see my headline, it says President, CEO of Building Toward the Future, or BTF. That's what I want people to see about me first. So I've seen students that have put things in like recently graduated marketing major, looking for a position. That's pretty out there, but it caught my eye when I was helping someone at Kent State University a few years ago. And so you might want to put something like that. It's whatever you want people to see first about you. Then my summary, that's really like your elevator pitch. That 60-second elevator pitch. What do you want people to know about you? So I'll go over that with you, what I have as far as my summary. And then after that, your work experience, any organizations you've been in. You want to talk about your education, any kind of volunteer experiences and causes that you are interested in, your skills and expertise, honors and awards that you may have gotten, my courses, and then my projects. And I am sure that everyone that's going to be in the BizTech Challenge is going to put something about the BizTech Challenge on their profile, because that's really going to make you stand out and be different. So let's go to my profile, and I'll show you a little bit about how mine is set up. So this is what my page looks like when it pops up. Obviously everybody's going to look a little bit different. So people also viewed is going to be different, those types of things. I might have looked at some of my network people like over the last couple of days, something like that. So that's going to be there. But anyway, this President, CEO at Building Toward the Future student program, this is the headline that I was talking to you about. So this is what you're going to put there so people can see that about you. And I'm just going to go straight through this, and then I'll come back through. When I talk about the summary, so I am a professional with strong leadership skills and exemplary work ethic, so on and so forth. That's like my 60-second commercial. That's like my elevator pitch. So what do you want to have in there as far as your elevator pitch? Okay. The dashboard is going to be, it's private to you. So this is just telling you, telling me who viewed my profile, how many views did I have on my posts, because I'm always putting posts out Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And then my search appearances as far as people are coming in and they're looking for me, that type of thing. And so it'll give you basic information like that. Here's all the followers I have. So I have over 1,400 followers. And these are like the different posts that I've had, those types of things. So, okay. Then your experience will be here. The one thing that I noticed over the last couple of weeks or so, when you have 2 or more positions at the same place, it actually will put it in here for you. And it's like you can see someone when they have been promoted, that type of thing. So you want to be able to see someone's progression in a company. So that's a really great way to see that now that they've just recently done. So here's all my experiences here. Here's more here. And then here is education. So these are my educational experiences here. Here's my volunteer experiences underneath that. My skills and endorsements are here. And you can go down and see more. Okay.
Hey, Yvette.
Yes.
I am just seeing my profile. I'm seeing the phrase my profile right now.
You're just seeing your profile?
No, I'm seeing a PowerPoint slide that has the words my profile.
Oh, you're not actually in my profile. You can't actually see this?
Right. I'm not seeing your LinkedIn right now.
Oh, okay.
And also, can you please, there's a participant, if you could mute that participant. I'm seeing that there's someone that needs to be muted.
Oh, muted?
Yeah. So tell you what, I'm going to reclaim the host and you can get it set up on your LinkedIn profile and then I'll give it back to you.
Okay.
Great. So just tell me when you are ready.
Okay, give me one moment here. I'm wondering if I need to actually go back out. Let me get out of my, let me end my PowerPoint show.
Right.
Okay. And
all right.
So.
And I've made you host again. So right now I see your, the entire PowerPoint presentation.
Okay, great. Okay, can you see, what do you see now?
It still is inside the PowerPoint presentation with the thumbnails on the left. So if you go to a share screen, it should be able to give you an option of which screen to share, because right now it only wants to share PowerPoint.
Got you. Hold on one moment, please.
Well, while Ms. Yvette is doing that, I want you, I know we have some people that have recently joined us, thank you. Make plans to join us tomorrow. So this presentation will go until about 5:30, and tomorrow we will have a presentation with Joel Dawson, and he'll be giving an overview of the BizTech Challenge and giving you best hints on how to get started. He has coached many winning teams to win pitch competitions and can tell you about how to get customer discovery and really get product market fit, really how to get started properly. So please do make sure to join us tomorrow for Joel Dawson seminar. And that one's starting a little bit earlier. That one will start at 4 p.m. with Joel. All right, Yvette, I do see you have LinkedIn open.
Okay, great.
And I can see your page. So I think if you want to proceed, I think that we are good to go.
Okay, great. So let me start.
Beautiful face. There you are.
Thanks. All right, I'm glad we got that figured out. Okay, great. So let me start at the beginning here. So you see my picture here, And then you also see President and CEO, Building Toward the Future, student program. That's my headline. That's what I was saying to you about before. And then underneath there is basically my 60-second elevator pitch. So that's my summary, and that's what you want to put there. What do you want people to know about you? This is basically my dashboard. Everybody's dashboard is going to look a little differently depending on your activity on your profile. Here's just my activity as far as my followers go. And then I post a lot of things Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So these are my postings that I have put out recently. So you'll see that. Here's my experience. So you'll see down here where it says Kent State University, this is what I was saying before. So at this point, you'll see a progression. So just recently, LinkedIn changed it. And so now when you have more than one job at a company, it will show the progression. And they just did this recently within the last couple of weeks. Here you'll see education, you'll see volunteer experience, my skills and endorsements. You'll see recommendations that students have done for me and coworkers, and my accomplishments. And the very last thing you'll see here is interest. So let me go back up so I can show you how to add things to your profile. When you see this pencil, let's click on this. This means that you can go in and actually type things in and make changes. If you make anything or type, once you start editing your intro, you'll put your information in there and then you'll hit save. In this situation, I'll just X out. When you see an plus sign, that means you can add different sections. So here, if I wanted to add more experience, I would put it in here. I'd put the title, the company, location, and then your month and your year. Okay. I'm going to come back to this a little bit later, but see how this is switched to off? I keep this off because if I am to put every single thing in my profile, every time I change something or add something, it's going to go out to my entire network. And remember, I have over 1,400 people. So I don't necessarily want 1,400 people seeing every single little change that I have. So I turned this to off. I would suggest you do the same thing because like I said, every time you make a change, it is actually going to go out to your entire network, and you may necessarily not want to do that, okay? So now that you know what the pencil is and you know what the plus sign is, there's another thing here that they give you, and it's like this little, like little block of lines. And this little block of lines, you can actually go in and change the position of whatever you want. So at this point, I want my MBA to be on the top because that's my most current, most recent thing that I've accomplished as far as my education. So you can move things around as far as that is concerned. Okay. You can actually add profile sections. If you were to come here and you want to add a profile section, you can do that. When you add your skills, you want to do that here, okay? Anything that you want to have as far as accomplishments, you add. So anything like that in this area that you want to add, that's where you're going to add it, is right there, okay? If you want to have someone endorse you for a skill and you want to add your new skills, you can actually come in here and you can use something that's already typed, already here, or you can add a skill. So you would click your skill here and you would click add, and then that's how you get your endorsements from different people in your LinkedIn, in your network. So for example, 86 people have said, I am great as far as human resources. 54 people have said I'm great as far as talent acquisition. 48 said that I'm great with public speaking, you know, so on and so forth. And you see the little numbers next to each one of the skills. And so you'll see that 18 people said I was great with hiring, 12 said, you know, FMLA, so on and so forth. So that's what you want to remind yourself of when you're putting your skills. Like people are going to be going out and possibly giving you endorsements for those. As far as recommendations, you can ask someone to recommend you for something. I've had some students recommend me. They're talking about, you know, their experience with me as far as being at Kent State University, being a career advisor, being an instructor, part of my business, whatever they want to recommend me. So I've received those, and then I've also given 3 recommendations for other people. And that's what that is about, okay? Now, the next thing I would like to talk to you on the profile is if you come all the way up to the top, there's buttons up here that are that you're going to want to know about. So here is your home. So if you click home, these are different, you know, articles that pop up. People have posted things. People in my network have posted things, so on and so forth. So that's what you'll see there. Okay. Then here is my actual network of people. And if I want to go in and connect with other people, you'll see connect here, or you'll see invite. So you can go in and connect with other people, and that's how you do it. Jobs, let's talk about that for a moment. So LinkedIn is really, really great when it comes to being able to see the jobs that are available in your area. So for example, if you wanted to be look for an account manager position. So you could say account manager. And then if you wanted to say a certain area, so you'd say, like, let's stick with Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So once this pops up, you'll see an account manager at Gallagher, okay? So it will give you all the information about Gallagher. Here's the job description, so on and so forth is the job description. Information about the job, the requirements for the job, that type of thing. And I actually have 2 of my connections that work at Gallagher, and I could send them a message if I wanted to do so. There's information down here with, you know, meet the team. So it's other people that are possibly, you know, that are working there in different areas, and information about the company itself is there, okay? So this is a great tool to use if you're looking for actual job. And then the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was, let's keep going here, for messaging. So this can be like an instant messenger type situation. So like, for example, me and Don Hamill have actually connected. So Don Hamill sent me a request to connect, and I connected with him. I said, I accept it. So he sent me something that said, thank you for connecting with me. I appreciate the connection, and it is a pleasure having like-minded and successful connections such as yourself. Have a great day. And I responded, thank you, Don, the same to you. So it's just like an instant messenger. And you don't want to be negative or, you know, be rude or anything like that. So if someone sends you a message, then, you know, get back with them as soon as you can. And then there's different notifications. So people pop up and they'll say, like, this person has reviewed my profile. This person had a birthday today. So, you know, I said, happy birthday. You know, if you can say congratulations, you know, that type of thing. So you can do things like that on there as well. Now there's actual other aspects of LinkedIn that goes into a lot of other different things. I'll let you look at those things yourself, but There's a lot of learning aspects. If you want to look for groups to get in, you know, things like that, you can do that there. Okay. Now, this search bar here, this search bar is going to be your new best friend. So I use it a lot. This is where you're going to want to go in and look for alum. So for my situation, I went to David Myers. So I would type in David. Okay. So once it pops up, I'll go ahead and click on that. And here it will say See Alumni. Now, once I get into See Alumni, then you'll see that there are a little over 2,200 alum from my school that are in LinkedIn. I'll see that 2,200 of, a little over 2,200 of them are in the United States, and then it breaks it down. 1,600 of them are in Cleveland, 44 are in the greater Atlanta area, 30 are in Columbus. So it just goes all the way down from there. There's even some people here in India. And then you'll see where they work and you'll see what they do. How this comes into a very, very good situation for you to get involved in is that if you were going to be traveling to, say, greater Atlanta area. So here you could click on greater Atlanta area and say you were interested in AT&T. So it actually gives you a query. And so if I was going to be going to Atlanta and wanted to talk to someone from AT&T, this is the connection here. So I could connect with this person, and it says you can customize this invitation. So I could say something like, well, hello, Miss Brandy, or Miss whatever the last name was there. I would like to connect with you. I am an alum of David Myers, and I am going to be in the greater Atlanta area. I would like to come by to take you to lunch. And then you could send that now, and hopefully that she would go ahead and connect with me, okay? So that's how you can use this as far as alum, okay? And if you ever get stuck on anything as far as LinkedIn, you can go click on your picture, and then you could go over here and you could click on your help center. Once you click on your help center, then you could search for whatever you're looking for here. You can type it in, or you could actually come over here and, click on it here to help you get started. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Did anybody have questions? I think I heard somebody say something.
Yes, we have one of the participants that we need to mute. Let me just.
Oh, okay.
Or if you want, I can take them all off, but let's see. It's not letting me do that. Let's see, claim host and. Okay, all right. All right, okay. So if anyone does have any questions, you can use the chat box to ask Ms. Clayton.
Okay, and I'm gonna go through just a few etiquette here, and then I will answer those questions.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you. So the one thing that you want to keep in mind with etiquette with LinkedIn is you want to personalize your connection requests. We kind of went through that a few minutes ago. You want to have a professional profile picture. We talked about that. Personalize your recommendation request. So if you're asking someone to do a recommendation for you, you can go ahead and personalize that. And you want to keep it professional at all times. Turn off your notifications. We talked about that. You want to regularly nurture relationships. And so the relationships that we're talking about is just a few minutes ago when I was talking about, it says somebody's birthday is popping up. Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with saying, you know, send a little happy birthday to that person, you know, or something like that, or hey, congratulations on the anniversary, that type of thing. And you want to respond properly to messages, and don't ask people that you don't know well for recommendations or endorsements. You don't want to criticize or comment negatively in groups. Don't send messages that say, I see you viewed my profile, and don't treat LinkedIn like Facebook, Twitter, dating sites, or other social media. Meaning you don't want to use this as like a dating site. There's people that have done that in the past, and is really not used for that type of a platform. I'm not saying that it's bad to use a platform for dating. You just don't want to use LinkedIn for that. Okay. And if you would like to link in with me, you're more than free to do that. And then, Miss Wendy, can you see my site address and all of that right now?
Let's see. I see your site address, btfstudentprogram.com.
Yep.
And your email address, yes.
Yes, so you can go ahead and, you know, look at my site. You can also send me an email if you have any questions or anything like that. So, okay, so I will go ahead and take those questions now.
And if you want, I can unmute, or y'all are welcome to actually use audio if you want to, if you don't want to do a group chat. So y'all are welcome to do that.
Okay.
So any of you that want to ask a question, you're welcome to. So Yvette, how often do you refresh your LinkedIn profile?
I haven't had to do so in a while now, because the last job I had, I left about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. So I haven't refreshed it in a while. I've been doing the CEO president position for a while now. So I haven't had to update it in a while. If I move to a different area or anything like that, then yes, I will update it at that point.
Have you seen people use the news feed? How have you seen them use the news feed in order to further their career?
Well, it's basically about, you know, networking. So if people are going to be at a networking event or a networking function, it's nice to be in the know of what's going on around you or in your field, or, you know, that type of thing, or people in your field. So when you keep up with things that are going on in your news feed, you'll have something to talk about when you go to these networking events. So I would think that would be really great. It could also help maybe if you're in an interview situation to maybe help ask questions at the end. You should always ask a question when you're in an interview situation. When they say, oh, do you have any questions for us? You should always ask a question. So depending on what you read in that news feed or the information that you have, you could possibly bring something like that up.
Okay. I see that we do have a question. We have a question that is, what is the limit on the number of skills one would want to put on their profile?
I'm not sure there is a limit. I think what you need to do is keep in mind, though, you want to make sure that if somebody is endorsing you for those skills, you want to make sure that you actually have those and they're in your profile. So I don't know that you know what, I think actually there's a limit of 50. So, but that is a lot. I'm not sure that anybody would do all 50 skills. I mean, that's a pretty aggressive number. But I think the number is 50, but I would just keep it to what is it that you are doing right now in your career, in school, in whatever, that you're, you know, top notch in. So if it's, and it depends on what you're doing. If it's a lot of science things that's going on, then get that science stuff there. I mean, you have to just look at your resume and find out what are those top notch skills that you're going to have and what you want to put on there.
Okay. Let's see, does anyone else have any questions? Remember, use the group chat and we can answer the questions there. What about etiquette on asking to link to someone that someone else is linked to? So asking for the introduction.
So if I, for example, wanted to link with somebody that you're linked with, that I don't know very well.
Right.
Okay. Well, it depends on why you want to link with that person. You might want to send them a connection request and then type in, you know, I would like to link with you. I see that you worked at XYZ Corporation, and I would like to know more about XYZ Corporation. So I think it just depends on why you want to link with that person. There are times that people want to link with me and I don't accept their request because I don't see a connection. And because people have gone outside the platform to want to link with me, based on what I told you a few minutes ago about the dating situation, I'm a little bit more skeptical now. So you need to put in there why you want to link with someone. So personalize it as much as you can to explain it. And then that takes the mystery out of it and will possibly cause that person to go ahead and link with you a little bit quicker.
Any other questions? So as a new student, or as a student rather, and developing out your LinkedIn profile, this is something that can help you in a lot of ways long-term. And we're asking you to do this as part of the BizTech Challenge because we want to help you. So in addition to this just being a great skill set, it's also a way for you to create a digital profile that people like myself and like Miss Yvette and like Genevieve Silverman, she's a CEO of the Research Corporation, we want to help you. So you'll notice whenever we're done, I will give you information on our profiles. We would love to have each one of you link with us because we want to help you. We want to see where you are on your progression, whether it be your business that you're building or your career. We want to help you. So please do send those requests to us, and Genevieve and I will both accept them, and I'll give you our addresses when we're done with the seminar. Any other questions? Okay. Yvette, anything else?
No, that's it on my end. I just want to wish everybody well as far as the challenge. I'm sure everyone is going to do great. And like I said, if you would like to link with me on LinkedIn or have any additional questions, you can even link with me and send me a message, you know, via LinkedIn to ask questions. I'd be happy to help anyone as much as I can.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I just have a few wrap-up things. I'm going to reclaim the host of the webinar again.
Okay.
And give me just a moment, and I will tell you guys who you're looking for when you're going to link with me, just so you know who we have. Let's see.
Okay, well, it was great being with you today, Miss Wendy.
It was great to be with you, as always.
Okay.
It was lovely to see your beautiful face and hear your lovely voice.
Oh, well, thank you. All right. Well, everybody have a great day and have a great rest of your week and upcoming weekend.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Yvette. Thank you
All right,
so much.
thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
So I did tell you guys before that I wanted you guys to be sure to send a LinkedIn request to myself. So here is, oh, that's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you this one. Yes. Yes. So when you're looking for me, you'll look for Wendy Piper Overton, Director of Programs at Nexus LA. We are the ones that run the BizTech Challenge. And also please link with Genevieve Silverman. She's the president and CEO of the Research Park Corporation. She's my boss. And this program is actually her initiative. She started this program 3 years ago, and I have carried it on. So she is keenly interested in your success and wants to help you guys in your career ongoing. So just a few wrap-up items. Let me go back to our close-up PowerPoint. And a moment. All right. So please link with us. My LinkedIn is Wendy Overton, and hers is a little more complicated, but just search for her name, President and CEO of Research Park Corporation. So let's see. Please be sure to complete your profile on Startup Compete. We do want to know everything about you guys. Please have all of your team members answer the demographic questions in the first part. We want to get to know each one of you, but only the team leader needs to upload your team's final presentation to your Startup Compete account. So I only need one presentation for each one of you, but we do want each one of you to answer the questions, all those demographic questions. Please do those things. And only one team member needs to upload the faculty coach form as well. We just want to make sure that we know who you all are and who you're working with, so we can make sure to communicate with you and your team. And then finally, please join us tomorrow at 4 p.m. We have a webinar about how to get started with the BizTech Challenge. Like I mentioned briefly earlier, Joelle Dawson has coached many winning pitch teams, and he's going to give you the hints about how to get started the right way. Customer development, customer discovery, asking the right questions on the upfront. A lot of times people love their ideas. They love their ideas, but they've actually not found a way to figure out if their idea is a good idea and who the customer is for their idea. That's truly the most important component of this, because when you find out who your customer is and what their needs are, then you craft an idea that actually solves a problem. So instead of you being a solution in search of a problem, you find a problem and then you solve it. So he's going to share with you how to do that. And so that will be a chance for you to learn how to do that. I do see one more question. Would we advise students to pay for LinkedIn Premium, or is the basic portal sufficient? The basic portal is sufficient. LinkedIn Premium is an elevated aspect of it. It's something that you can take advantage of whenever you get to a certain part of your career. But I have had LinkedIn Premium in the past. I will likely have it again sometime in the future. I don't have it right now. And you'll find reasons to get it at some point. It allows you to see who's viewed your profile. It allows you to do some direct messaging to people. But those are things that if you would need them, you would need them only in finite periods of your career, when you're like heavy in a job hunt or something. But even then, I think most of the student needs you can handle by using the techniques that Miss Yvette has explained, which includes looking for alumni and connecting with people like Genevieve and myself, etc. So I would save your money at this point. And then please repeat the people to connect with. Let me go back to that screen and I will show you that. So there's Miss Yvette Clayton, obviously, who has who provided the webinar, and then Wendy Overton, Director of Programs with Nexus LA, and Genevieve Silverman, President and CEO of the Research Park Corporation. And we'll put these in an email and send these out to you along with that worksheet. So we'll send that out to all of the students enrolled in the BizTech Challenge and give you these LinkedIn profiles. And so you've got someone to populate your shiny new LinkedIn profile if it is a shiny new one, or embellish the one that you already do have. Wonderful. Any other questions? Please let me know. And I think at this point, let me just go back and I'll show you tomorrow's webinar one more time. Please do join us. We've sent out a calendar invite for each of you with the webinar login information for this particular webinar. We have 2 webinars for next week on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the schedule for the rest of the month is just about 1 per week. But these first 2 weeks, we've got a number of webinars to get you started. So please check your email, check your calendar, and I'll be sending the information for whom to connect with on LinkedIn. Thank you very much, and I am very grateful, Miss Yvette, for sharing your knowledge with us, and thank you each of you for attending with us, and best of luck, and we will be in touch soon. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.